Monday, feeling so fine. I'm having my ice cream. Okay, right. Just had lunch with George and Maria and little George and Jacqueline and Annie. And we're killing time at SM Langen today. We've got Tubi here, which is a don't go there. Anyway, today's vlog is about Kara, Yaya, maid, and home help. Okay, and they're all different. And I'm going to turn around and explain a few things about should you get one of these from the province, or should you get one of these from the city? Should you go and find one yourself, or should you turn around and get help? Like coffee lattes just come. Look at
It's not 2 shots anymore.
Look at But back again, guys. The music is up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down here in the SM. I don't think they like people sitting there having a cup of coffee and relaxing and doing a vlog. Anyway, you come into the Philippines, you're looking for a maid. Okay, now there's a couple of vlogs out there. I've watched them, and I can honestly say, don't listen to what they're turning around and telling you, guys. And I don't usually say this. One of the vlogs has turned around and said you can get on your scooter, you can ride into the mountains, and you can find a Filipina living in a farming community in the rural provinces, and you can rent her for 5,000 pesos a month. What it doesn't say is that when you turn up as a foreigner in a farming community and you're looking to find a woman to become your yaya or your maid, a yaya is somebody that will look after your children. A maid is somebody that will look after your house. So when you turn around and go to the province, the men and the families that are in the provinces are not going to let one of their young teenage women go to a town or a city with a foreigner, and especially one that they don't know, even if you are paying 5,000 peso a month. And if you do get a maid or you do get a yaya, you need to make sure that you pay them the minimum salary. And wait there, I think it's called kamambachi or something. What's it called, darling?
Kasambahaylo.
What's it called?
The kasambahaylo.
Kambasaylo?
Kasambahay.
Kasambahay.
Kasam from the word kasama.
Kasama?
And then bahay means house. So kasambahay is someone who's helping you. Yeah,
so it's helping. You're looking for a helper. So you need to make sure you pay. I think 5,000 a month is a bit poor, really.
Yeah.
You need to be around 6 to 10,000 peso a month.
And you have to pay for their
and what, as Annie keeps chica in the background, you need to make sure you pay their food, and you need to make sure you give them accommodation in your property, and you need to make sure that you pay the SSS. You need to make sure you make the minimum payment on their Phil Health, and you need to make sure you make payment on their Pasigbi. Now these are all basic requirements, and they are all legal. You need to do it. You can't just get a Filipina into your house and then let her work for you and then turn around and only pay her 6,000. You need to make sure you give a nice accommodation, you feed her, you need to turn around and do the other 3 legal responsibilities, i.e. make your payment and your contribution. Now the other one, so that's is a maid or a yaya. A yaya will be somebody that predominantly looks after your children. A maid is somebody that will look after your house. Now, a carer is somebody that will look after somebody like me when I get old. You know, they've got some medical experience and they've been involved in looking after people. But they don't do cleaning and tidying and looking after that. They'll just look after you as looking after me. And that would cost about 9 to 12,000 peso a month. Once again, you need to make sure you feed them, you give them a nice room, and you make the contribution towards their SSS, their passive big, and their Phil Health. There we go. Now, the third one that you can turn around and look for is you look for a driver. Now, a driver will be somebody that will get a minimum of 500 peso a day, and you pay, once again, SSS, Big, and the Phil Health. You also turn around and supply them with accommodation or a place to live. Now, all of these people work 6 days, 1 day off a week, Sunday. Okay? You can turn around and do private agreements, i.e. with a driver, that you only want them to work Monday, Wednesday and Friday. But remember, with the driver, you need to supply a car. Don't rely on the driver to turn up, because they might turn up with a pedicab, or they might turn up with a hubble, or they might turn up with a jeepney, or they might turn up with a dilapidated, run-down taxi. You need a car that people can drive. You don't want people taking you around on a scooter. Okay? So that is the general consensus of what you should be doing. Now, you can employ somebody that will look after your house, doing the maintenance and the garden and stuff like that. But I would actually I would do that as a contract. Yeah, I would actually do that. Employ somebody to mow your lawn, cut your grass, do the painting, do the outside of the painting, rather than employing somebody every day of the week. Okay? Now, big question. Do you get somebody from the provinces, or do you get somebody from the city? Well, if you go to the province, you have to ask somebody in the province, do you know anybody that wants to work? And find out what that person wants to do. In my opinion, it's better to get somebody that's a little bit wiser. That means older. Because the young people of today are all into TikTok, mobile phones, and they want to spend at least 8 to 10 hours a day doing that and not working, but they still want to get paid. And there'll be a lot of you out there who will turn around and say, no. Yes, it happens. The people today, the youngsters of today, are not interested in earning the money. They want the money to be given. So if you're going out into the provinces and you're finding a young Filipina or a Filipino to come and do one of these tasks for you, make sure they're in their mid-20s. Maybe go to 30, maybe 35, okay? Because their cultural base is not around the mobile phone, not around this little device that I'm talking into. It's about looking after and making sure and taking pride in their work. If you treat the person kindly and respectfully, they'll treat you kindly and respectfully. If you get a young person, they'll be on Facebook, and they'll be, every chance they can get, they'll be, okay, right, leaning up against something, not doing what they're doing. They might also turn around and say, well, I've done 3 days this week, I'm going to go sick, or I don't turn up, or I've been out having a beer at a party, or I've got my girlfriend. I would look for the wiser, mature home help. Yeah? Even with the yaya, I wouldn't get somebody young. Because do they know how to bring up children? They might have a child, but do they know how to bring up a child? A woman in her 30s might have 2 children. Yeah, might be willing to work away from home. if you're lucky, you might find somebody that is local. And I'm talking about provincial people here. The vlogs I watched, one guy turned around and went up to a sari store asking if there was any women. How about this? Was there any women that wanted to come and work for him in the city? Okay. If I was a Filipino papa and Annie was a Filipino mama and we had a 16 to 18-year-old daughter, I definitely wouldn't be letting them go away with a foreigner into a city using a farm cultural base, because you're giving up part of your workforce is moving into a city, but you don't know what that person, they know nothing about me, so I wouldn't. What I would recommend is, if you've got family and friends, ask them, do they know anybody that is looking for work, for a yaya or a maid or a carer or a home help, somebody who will do cooking and do tidying and do laundry and stuff like that. So it's quite difficult, but there are lots and lots and lots of people. You know, where Annie comes from in Melita, there's lots of people that do this work in Melita because that's an easy way of earning money.
Doesn't need education to do that.
And you don't need to go to school. You don't get told you have to have 4 years degree course to turn around and do this, like they do in McDonald's to operate a till, or work in a, you know, in a restaurant or a supermarket or a mall or stuff like that. But if you're looking for a carer, if you're looking for a maid, if you're looking for a yaya, if you're looking for a home help, if you're looking for a carer, I would suggest using your network of family and friends around where you're living. You can then turn around and go and ask questions about, was the person reputable? Was their last employer, you know, who were they? Can I go and talk to them to find out? If you're going to get a home help or care or whatever it is from the provinces, they've been a farmer. They know everything to turn around and do with mosquitoes and what snakes do, raising chickens, doing cooking, raising pigs, looking after the house. But a provincial house is not the same as a city dwelling or a house in a subdivision or a house that's, you know, maybe 3-4 bedrooms, and it might be the first time they've ever had a room on their own. All of their contacts and all their friends are in the provinces. This is where this social networking works within TikTok, Facebook and all that. And that's why I say there is not that underlying service industry here that was prevalent 10 to 20 years ago. So if you're looking for help, I would suggest keep it local, keep it family and friends, make sure you have a conversation and meet people. Don't disappear out into the provinces, out into these small little villages. Yeah, you might find some very, very nice, attractive Filipinos or Filipinas, but are they what you're looking for? Are they the right person to do the job you're going to pay them for? But anyway, Annie's doing her stuff. Very, very nice. You can hear the music in the background going up and down, up and down. Well, about another 2 hours, we're actually going to go down to the Hop Inn down at SPMC. We've got Annie's brother's wife coming. So we're going down to see Mark. I'm going to do a little vlog down at that hotel. Hopefully it's quieter than here. Take care, guys. Like, share and subscribe. Look after yourself and have a fantastic day.